So hey, how's it going, members of the Shen Society? And we're gonna learn something today. And obviously, if you're seeing from the background, yes, it pertains something to Attack on Titan. And obviously, there has been like a video that literally appeared on my recommended for some reason, and I'm assuming that it has something to tie in with Attack on Titan for sure. And what am I talking about? Well, apparently, like I got recommended like a video where it talked about like a marine worm, and literally by watching it from the thumbnail, it gave me that sense that this could be like the worm aquatic thing that literally came from Emir's background episode, which obviously, like, I'm gonna touch spoilers. So basically, if you have not watched where we currently are in Attack on Titan, I definitely recommend you to step away from this video until you watch that episode. And this is just gonna be like my opinion, but like I don't know if this is actual factual, but we'll see. But before I do that, let me hit that intro so I can get started with this reaction.
Time to deliver.
Another video by the Sham.
And the what's it called? The video is called Hallucigenia. I probably said it wrong, but I did my best. And it's the worm with the missing hand. And I'll explain a little bit like why I think it's like following with Attack on
About
Titan.
550 million years ago, life on Earth is pretty simple. And then suddenly, and geologically speaking, in a very short period of time...
Okay, so basically they're starting off talking about back then with the years before, like what literally appeared back then. Like obviously, like we had research saying that, oh, dinosaurs were probably in this place, and they just got destroyed because circumstance, which is asteroid.
we see a huge
But
explosion of body plans and types of animal appearing, and
yeah, like
lots
there's
of
a bunch
bizarre
of
forms that are so
bizarre
different from one
animals
another.
that
Life
appeared
very hard
back
to
in
interpret and to recognize.
So
we're here
before
now
time.
at the Cedric Museum of Earth Sciences in Cambridge, and we've walked all the way to the end of the museum to look at the earliest complex animal fossils. And when we look
like
at these
the fossils
we
were
find
just
a whole
like
array of very unusual,
were just
embryos
unusual,
things. And
for sure.
one of the weirdest, I think, has to be Hallucigenia, which is named for its dreamlike appearance.
What do you think? Could this be the worm that was literally trying to interact with the mirror, saying, "I got power of Titans. Let me what's it called? Give you my power so you could literally strive forward, so no one gives what's it called? Talk to you back." Because if you just look at it, um, it has the same like bones, like how Aaron does now with the rumbling that happened in that episode, and basically like the back look like it's like hair, but I'm not thinking it's hair.
And
I'm thinking it's
scientists
bone.
have found very difficult to know exactly
But
what to do
hold
with
on.
this unusual spiny worm. So we noticed that
Spiny
it
worm.
has pairs of
Look at
really
that.
stiff spines running along one side of the organism and long flexible appendages on its other side. And when this was described in the 1970s, it was reinterpreted walking on these long, stiff spines as if walking along pairs of stilts.
What am I telling you? It's literally falling with Attack on Titan, isn't it not? Because basically, they were like, this person is literally going with the fact how obviously it looked unusual, saying that it literally had like the spines, like bones, and then basically there's so many things right now that appeared in Attack on Titan that are kind of giving the what's it called, the reference to it, like saying, "Oh my gosh, literally Aaron's like walking with the bones." So basically, like it's just like a worm without a head, but only in this case, in Attack on Titan, Aaron's head is the one that's being the part of it now. He's basically this hallucinaga, but like with Aaron's head. It's literally that's what I'm seeing right now. Like
And
we're still gonna
using
continue
these
it.
flexible appendages that would have been on its back to
Mm-hmm.
pass food along the body to its enormous balloon-shaped head. This
Balloon shaped head. This is giving me so much reference to Attack on Titan. Now I see why this is in my recommended for sure. And like obviously like that would be terrifying. The fact that there's that one person from Attack on Titan that wants to oppose Eren. He tells the Colossal Titans bring it over here. Freaking grabs him with that appendages that the person was saying and already eats them like that. I don't know. That would be just terrifying.
This is quite a weird reconstruction, a very bizarre animal, and not something that we have.
I'm hoping that it shows the picture that. Look at this.
More recently, researchers thought, well, let's go back to Hallucigenia, and they got a dental drill and chipped away at the mud and found hidden underneath the rock a second half of the pair of legs.
Huh?
So the original idea of Hallucigenia was completely the wrong way up. Hallucigenia suddenly looks.
So basically, when they say hallucigenia, are they trying to go with the fact that it's like that people hallucinated of basically how exactly this organism moves, or just how it just looked? Because obviously, like from the standpoint, like from where he's holding the picture, it looks like it's just um like a an organism that literally has like a balloon shaped head, has you're seeing its like bones, which is its ribs, and the backside is just like its defense. That's all like I'm seeing. But apparently like they're saying the bones that look like it's spiky is like its legs, and obviously it still has the balloon shaped head, and basically the back, which is the little rib looking like appendages, were like its means to like help out and eat.
A little bit more normal, but still not the kind of thing you'd expect to find floating around an aquarium.
Bro, I wouldn't want to see this.
Hallucigenia's got a long and checkered history.
We're gonna see another Eren. We're gonna see an Eren
and
here.
Even 100 years after it was first discovered, there's still a lot that we didn't understand.
100 years.
Which end was its tail.
Telling you, it's probably like
to try and
same
shed
basis.
a bit more light on this perpetually elusive organism, we tried putting it into an electron microscope to see what new observations we might be able to yield.
I'm hoping that they get to show
most of the work on the original
picture,
which are in the Royal Ontario Museum in Toronto, but I do have a couple of casts of the material upstairs.
Damn, look at all this. Fossils? That's supposed to be the bones?
So what we have here is a cast of one of the Hallucigenia fossils that I've been studying, and you can see it's much smaller than you might expect. It's maybe a centimeter long.
But freaking in Attack on Titan, they made that thing look terrifyingly huge. Bro, like, that is tiny. Well, it did say it's the worm with the missing head. So I would assume it's gonna be tiny because, well, worms never gotten to be like very big. They just got like stretched out. But yeah, like that's terrifying.
A millimeter across, and you can just make out its little spines, its legs, and its body running along the middle. Before our study, we knew which way up Hallucigenia was. We knew it had legs on the bottom, spines on the top. We didn't really know which end was its head and which end was its tail. And there was still this idea that there was this balloon-shaped head at one end. And actually, when we look carefully at the fossils, we realized...
Yo, dude, what fossil? Bro, the fossil looks so weird for it. Because, like, obviously, like, you see the normal stance of, like, the worm. You see, obviously, the spines, which were apparently the legs. And then we see, like, the rib cage, whatever the hell you want to call it. Like that. And obviously, like, I don't know what the heck happened with the balloon shaped head, because like it looks like they couldn't get a clear mold of it. But yeah,
realized that this wasn't a head, this wasn't part of the animal, but it was a stain representing decay fluids that had been squeezed out of one end of the gut of the animal during the fossilization and burial process. So in fact we were looking at the tail end of the organism, not the head, and the head was to be found at the other side.
Bro, this is so funny, like Attack on Titan, because basically I think the worm also didn't have a head, and basically like it's so hilarious now seeing the episode where Eren finally starts the rumbling, and how like you just see like this whole bone structure, and you just see Eren's head being the like catalyst of it. Bro, this is so weird.
We put them in the microscope. We moved over towards one end where
Well,
we
let's see.
thought the head might be, hoping to find a pair of eyes. And when we got to the head, we saw not
That's
just
just
a
a
pair
head.
of eyes, but there was this almighty grin underneath them, this large sort of
It had a grin? What? Huh? Attack on Titan? Much?
circular smile that we just hadn't been expecting at all. With the new description, we can imagine Hallucigenia looking a bit like a caterpillar, but with really long, flimsy, extensible legs.
Look at this! Look! It's Aaron! I'm gonna literally put like the freaking head of Aaron like on the, what's it called? Like the worm part of it, like right there. I don't know if like you can see it, like I'm gonna literally put it right there. Then there you go. It looks like Aaron. Basically with the rumbling, like you just see the freaking spines and you see it's like legs and it's like moving around. That is just terrifying.
And
Look at
these
this.
pairs of conical spines running along its back. So it sort of looks like a twig with loads of sticks coming out of it all the way along.
Oh my gosh.
I think the thing I love about Hallucigenia is how it's so good at keeping secrets and revealing them one at a time. There's so much that it's
that's the same
revealed
thing that's
over
going with
time. Each time you
Aaron.
contact
He's
them,
gonna
kind of
reveal
getting the hang
secrets
of it.
later on.
There's another surprise up its sleeve somewhere.
And it has a surprise up its sleeve. Great. Not what I want to hear. Yo, that was an interesting little learning section that I did not know. I didn't know that there's literally a worm that literally got the basis of it. That it literally gave me that reference of Attack on Titan. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then let me jump into a clip from Attack on Titan where we got a bit more of what's it called? A deep dive of basically what I was talking about regarding with this video. Let me jump into that clip. In this episode, we saw that she was being treated like crap, and obviously, like the whole people were like slaves, and she just been a slave overall. And basically, like, they found out, or more to say, they ratted her out because a pig just escaped, and they just picked her off, which is pretty messed up. And obviously, like I'm gonna showcase the part where she falls in that water. Hold on. Yeah, like this scene exactly. Like she falls in the water after being literally. Look! Just literally don't add the little tiny legs, and basically it's like the same thing. It's the worm without the freaking head. Only in this case they just overly elaborated it too much. Watch. Like that thing was terrifying. Look! The head. The head is the same. The head is the same. It's a tiny little head. You see the little strands that it has. And obviously it didn't have the spikes. But yeah. If you don't think that this is like a clear similarity, then you're probably thinking way off. Or you're probably thinking I'm wrong, but like basically like, it was the same. Because look, this worm had power to create what Ymir created. And obviously looking at this like shadow. Look. Same structure. Basically like it had the rib, what's it called, aspect of the worm. Only in this case it's like a little bit different because it's literally going with Ymir's structure of body, which basically every Titan shifter gets. But there you go, like that's a little bit more of a indication. And if you still don't believe me, I still got another clip from Attack on Titan that follows well with this, and it's Aaron's transformation to creating the rumbling. All right, and this is the episode that I was talking about, which was like episode 5, which basically it's kind of the newest one that came out, and basically like the interaction between Aaron and Ymir saying that I'm here to save you, and obviously like you could stop being the slave because you're not a slave. You're a person that has to have freedom, and obviously like she does it. She ends up giving the power to Aaron, and you'll see that basically like it has the same what's it called, reference to that damn worm that we just saw in the beginning. Like, let me just skip it a little bit. Like, look at the structure of this. Like, basically, it's the same thing, which is like, it's a worm base with like the little like things going around, and obviously like it's creating Aaron to become what is becoming of him. And hold on, let me get like the exact scene. Oh, like look at this. Like it actually shows like this public disclosure. A pathogenic parasite, which I'm assuming is that damn worm, but just they just called it a parasite. But yeah. Oh, I guess we'll go start from here. Cause look at this. Look at the structure of this man. It's all freaking bone. Look! The freaking back has the spines. That's the worm. Bro, this is so weird. It's so weird how it literally flows with Attack on Titan, being that it was in real life, it was an actual worm. It was literally an actual worm that, and Aaron took the freaking host of the body like it. Only in this case, Aaron has control of Colossal Titans, but that is just terrifying. And I don't know if they're gonna show the speech, or, but like, that's Aaron. Like that's all like the rib based bones, and then you see the spikies in the back, exactly like that worm that I showcased in the first. That is terrifying. But that'll be it for this video, and obviously, like, I hope you enjoyed it. Um, Obviously, like, I did a huge rant about it because basically, like, that is just terrifying. How the fact how literally like the inspiration that came out of it. Maybe the author got the inspiration from that worm, saying that, oh, how do I implement that this thing actually became that? This has like a unique structure of a worm. We'll call it a parasite, and we'll go from this forward, like saying that basically this worm had power and gave it to Amir, and then obviously now Aaron took the full embodiment shape of that worm and became that. Like, that is just terrifying. But like I said, that'll be it for this video. And if you have any thoughts about this, please leave it down in the comment section. I want to hear your thoughts about this. Clear, what's it called, similarity that I found from the worm that literally existed years back to Attack on Titan. This recommendation was not freaking out of the question and random. It just appeared because of something, and it had to be from Attack on Titan. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Also, leave a thumbs up for the video, and also drop a subscribe to the channel and one to the gaming channel. Because this is just amazing what I found. But anyways, like I said, that will be it for this video. So stay tuned for more videos like this and other videos, and I'll see you all in the next one. All right, laters.